Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League playoffs for Year 2 of the FSBL Game 3 of the National League Division Series between the New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals come into Shea Stadium hoping to keep their season alive as the Mets took the first two games in St. Louis. We've got a battle of left-handers today. Sid Fernandez goes for the Mets. 20-game winner Howie Pollitt will try to keep the Cardinals season alive. The Mets bats have broken out in this series. 18 runs over the first two games, only 5 for the Cardinals. The Cardinals certainly capable of turning that around, and they'll need to do that starting today against the tough lefty Sid Fernandez. Mets donning the blacks, the Cardinals in the classic blue road uniforms. It is a mostly sunny day here at Shea. I thank you guys for checking in. Game 3 is up next. Big Clue is in the house. How are you, Clue? Hope all is well, buddy. So there you see Sid Fernandez, 15-9, a 2.87 earned run average and 32 starts for the Mets this year. Nice 1.17 whip. Fernandez, as always, difficult to hit. He can lose his control from time to time. Here's Ozzie Smith leading things off for the Cardinals. Smith hitless so far in the series. Fernandez rears back, misses down low with a fastball, and we're underway. Sid already sweating, fittingly, here after the first pitch. Fernandez deals. High fastball. Ozzie fouls it off. It's 1-1. Always used to joke about Sid Fernandez that the Mets always used to try to get Fernandez to lose weight. He had knee problems. He had some back problems. But every time Sid lost weight, he started to stink. And then they had to wait for him to get fat again, and then he was great again. That happened a couple of times during the course of his career. 1-2 pitch. That's a good fastball. They call it a ball. I don't know where that pitch was. Neither does Fernandez, but the count goes to 2-2. Fernandez deals. Ozzie fights it off. Brody sets up away. Fernandez deals. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3, and down goes Smith for the first out. So the leadoff man is on. Or leadoff man is retired, I should say, as Smith is set aside. So good start for Fernandez. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby batting .250 in the series. Fastball in for a called strike. It's 0-1. Brody sets. Fernandez delivers. Misses up high. 1-1 the count. Hornsby, another all-star campaign for the Cardinals. He's been an all-star each of the first 2 years of the FSBL. Change up there. In at the knees for a called strike. Ground ball down to first. Duda muffs it. But he recovers. Takes it to the bag. Hornsby's retired for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down. There you see the Cardinals lineup. Smith, Hornsby, and Mize. Boyer, Edmonds, and Jordan. Molina, Tommy Edman gets the start at second. Hornsby's the DH. And J.D. Drew out and right. Cardinals have hit only .242 during these first 2 games. Here's Johnny Mize. First pitch, curveball from Fernandez is in for a strike. Lefties can give this Cardinals lineup a bit of trouble and neutralize Mize and Jim Edmonds a bit. And force Ripper Collins to the bench as well. Good curveball there, but it stays outside. Mize won't chase. There you see Mize, a .925 OPS over the first 2 seasons of the FSBL. Fastball there. He fouls it off. It's 1-2. As Dwayne March joins us. How are you, Dwayne? I hope all is well with you, my friend. Thanks for checking in. Trying to get a game in before the football games start. High fastball. They say Mize went, and down he goes. So a pair of Ks for Fernandez in the opening inning. It's a good start for El Cid. Now the Mets will come to the plate against Howie Pollitt. We head to the bottom of the first at Shea. Cardinals nothing. Mets coming up. Howie Pollitt, a terrific season. 20-5, a 3.1 earned run average. 32 starts for the lefty. Pollitt got a bit of run support, but you can see those wins, not just a product of the run support. He pitched very well this year. Now he tries to keep the Cardinals season alive, starting off with Jose Reyes. First pitch fastball, swung on and missed. Reyes broke the 200 hit mark this year, 207. Plenty of at-bats as well for the Mets leadoff man. Slaps that one to second. Edman has it, throws quickly to first, and Reyes is set aside. You see the Mets lineup. Reyes at DH today. Alfonso Beltran, Strawberry Johnson, Shane Mack gets the start in left field today. Francisco Lindor at short, Jerry Grody behind the plate, and Lucas Duda bats in the 9-hole against the lefty. Here's Edgardo Alfonso. Alfonso 3 for 7 through the first 2 games of the series, takes a called strike there. There's the pitch. Alfonso pops it up. Shallow center. Edman's coming on. It's a long run, but he'll get there. Puts it away for the second out. Those Cardinals blue uniforms might be my favorite uniforms in baseball history. As an aside, here's Carlos Beltran. Beltran banged 200 over the first couple of games. He's drawn a couple of walks as well. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Terrific year for Beltran, 326. Pops this one up. Mize is under it and shallow right, puts it away, and the side is retired. So both pitchers set down the side in order in the first. We'll head to the top of the second at Shea. Game 3 of the NLDS is scoreless. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer, a terrific season this year. He's 1 for 8 so far in this series. Hit over 300, hit 30 homers. Boyer, a .307 batter through the first 2 seasons of the FSBL. Fastball misses up high. It's 2-0. This is our wonderful fake umpire crew. Always good to see those gentlemen. The best in the fake video baseball business. 2-0 the count as Sid works to Boyer. Slow change up. Boyer goes fishing. It's 2-1. High fastball. And that one's fouled off. So the count goes 2-2. Boyer, the leadoff man here in the top of the second. Boyer smacks that one down to third. Hojo plays it on the hop, throws to first, and Johnson guns down Boyer for the first out here in the second. And Howard Johnson, first game of the series, was still fighting that calf injury, but he cleared himself for game 2 to play the field. And he will be out there at the plate now for the Cardinals. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds 4 for 8 in the first 2 games of the series. Swinging a good bat, fouls this one off. Oh, 1 pitch from Fernandez. That one's popped shallow left. Matt coming in. Lindor goes out. Lindor pulls it in for the second out of the inning. So 2 down here in the top of the second. Here's Brian Jordan. Jordan went 2 for 4 in the game he started. It's game 2 against Jerry Kuzman. Fastball at the knees, 4 strike 1. Fernandez deals breaking ball. Jordan lines it out into center. Beltran will have to play it on the hop, but we've got the first hit of the ball game. So Jordan with a 2-out single into center. Curveball there from Fernandez. That one hung up there a little bit. And Jordan drops it into center for the base hit. So that'll bring up the catcher, Yadier Molina. Molina still looking for his first hit of the series. Curveball from Fernandez, misses outside. Fernandez takes a glance at Jordan at first. Fastball, runner goes. Throw down to second. Jordan will get in there in time under the tag. So Jordan gets into scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the second, giving an opportunity for Molina to bring him home on the single. Good jump there from Jordan. Not a bad throw from Grody. But a runner with Jordan's speed gets that kind of a jump. There's not much you can do about it. So 1-1 now, the count to Molina. Fernandez deals. Ground ball down to third, outside the bag. Just foul. Then the count will go to 1-2. Here's the pitch to Molina. Changeup misses down low. Two and two the count. Breaking ball. Molina turns that one well foul. He's way out in front of that one. Two-two pitch from Fernandez. Ground ball to short. Lindor has it. Plenty of time to throw out Molina. And the side is retired. So Jordan gets stranded on. We'll head to the bottom of the second here at Shea. Cardinals nothing, Mets nothing. Strawberry, Johnson, and Mack due up for New York. Here's Darryl Strawberry. 4 for 9 through the first 2 games. A home run, 4 runs batted in. Keep Darryl in the cleanup slot, even against the lefty. First pitch from Pollitt. Fastball on that inside corner. Fastball away. Strawberry fouls it off, and Pollitt's ahead of him 0-2. Pollitt looks in and deals. Fastball there. Strawberry fouls it back. There's the pitch. Change up. Misses down low. 1-2 now as Pollitt faces Strawberry. Molina sets up inside. Pollitt delivers. And there's a high fly ball to right. That's hooking foul. It'll find the seats. And the count will hold. I'd expect Pollitt to go away here. Molina, though, sets up inside. Change up down low. Strawberry lays off. It's 2-2. Pollitt delivers again. High fastball, and Strawberry goes down looking. He may not like it, but to a 6'6 player like Strawberry, that's clearly a strike. So strike out there for Pollitt. 1 away. Here's Howard Johnson. Johnson forced to his weaker right-hand side against the lefty. Homer 4 RBIs in the series for Hojo. Turns that one around but foul. So Pollitt quickly ahead of Johnson 0-2. I don't know if those shadows around home plate playing a little bit of trickery with the hitter. Curveball there, misses inside. Johnson loops this one to right, into the seats and out of play. Johnson broke the 30 home run plateau this year, but had his average up over 300, which is not what you would expect from Howard Johnson. So a very, very good year from Johnson for the Mets. You're figuring Howard Johnson in the 260s, 270s. He was below that a year ago. But this year, he was able to keep himself up in the 300s. Goes down swinging there, though. So Pollitt strikes out the first two here in the fifth. That'll bring up Shane Mack, the Mets left fielder. Mack gets the start here against the lefty. Mack acquired last offseason in the trade with the Twins that sent Lenny Dykstra to Minnesota. Also brought in George Mogridge here to the Mets. First pitch from Pollitt misses outside. Fastball from Pollitt on the inside corner. Count goes to 1-1. Mack missed a good portion of this season with a knee injury. Ground ball in the hole, past the diving Boyer. Ozzie has a quick release. Nice play by the Wizard to throw out Shane Mack. And the side is retired. We will head to the top of the third here at Shea. We're scoreless. Edman, Drew, and Ozzie Smith will try to change that for St. Louis in a must-win game. Game 3 here of the NLDS. Mets took the first two at Busch Stadium. Here's Tommy Edman. And Edman in the lineup against the lefty. Edman playing second. Rogers Hornsby, the DH today. Just gets to worry about hitting. Edman went 1 for 4 in game 2. That one just off the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1. Fernandez delivers. Curveball there. Misses inside. High fastball. Edman cranks this one out in the left center. That's going back. It's a one-hopper off the base of the wall. Tommy Edman will cruise into second base with a leadoff double to open up the top of the third. So Tommy Edman puts a jolt into one. Out into the gap. Beltran broke well on it, but it kept hooking away from him, and no chance for the Gold Glove center fielder to get to that one. So Edman gives the Cardinals a leadoff man in scoring position. Here's J.D. Drew. Drew 1 for 6 so far in the series. First pitch swing, skies this one to right. Strawberry's under it. Edman back to second. He's going to tag. Strawberry has a fair arm, but he gets to the cutoff man. No real need to throw to third there, as Edman was going to get there easily. So now the Cardinals have a runner on third, one out. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith struck out his first time up. Just looking for contact here from the Wizard. Curveball misses down low. It's 1-0. Fernandez does some landscaping around the pitching rubber. Comes to the set. Here's the pitch. Slapped but foul by Ozzie. One and one the count. Fernandez deals curveball down in the dirt. Brody snap throw down to third, but Edman gets back well ahead of it. It's 2-1. Pitch from Fernandez. Change up, Ozzie out in front, and the count goes to 2-2. Ozzie not the easiest guy to strike out, but Fernandez has already gotten him once. Tries to get him here again. Ozzie fouls it off. He fouled off several pitches in that first at-bat before Fernandez was able to put him away. Sign from Grody. Delivery. Fastball misses up high. It's 3-2. Rogers Hornsby waits on deck. Full count offering from Sid Fernandez. Smith fouls off another one. We'll see what Fernandez turns to here. And Smith into right. Falling fast. It falls in front of Strawberry. That's a base hit. It's an RBI single for Ozzie Smith, a fine at bat for Smith. Edman comes home, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. Strawberry was playing him shallow. Edman read that ball very well off the bat. He knew it was going to get down right away and broke for home. So now Smith, who can certainly steal a base, is on first as Hornsby steps in. Hornsby 0 for 1. Throw over to first. Smith gets back. Duda with the obligatory tag. Pitch out. Smith not going. Grody likes that snap throw. He thought about it there, but Smith dove back into first without the throw. Hornsby trying to stretch out the legs a little bit. Here's the 1-0 offering. Another pitch out. So back-to-back pitch outs from Fernandez. They're trying to play some mind games with Smith down at first. But now Fernandez is behind Hornsby 2-0. Mize is on deck. Regardless of that being a lefty-lefty matchup, Johnny Mize, not somebody you want to face with 2 men on. Change up there. Hornsby fouls it off. It's 2-1. Here's the delivery. Breaking ball. Hornsby grounds it through the hole. That's a base hit in the left. Smith will hold at second. So it's a single for Hornsby. First and second, 1 out, and now here's Johnny Mize. Mize 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Fouls off the first pitch here from Fernandez. Again, if you're just joining me, first off, most importantly, thank you for doing so. Mets took the first 2 games of this best-of-5 NLDS. Cardinals playing to keep their season alive. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. Change up off the plate. It's 2-1. Jim Edmonds waits in the on-deck circle. Fernandez checks the runners and deals high fastball. Mize swings through it. It's 2-2. Crowd here at Shea trying to urge Fernandez through this at bat. 2-2 offering. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes full. I apologize. Ken Boyer is on deck. Edmonds bats after Boyer against the lefty. 3-2 pitch from Sid Fernandez. Mize pops it up on the infield. We'll see who takes charge. Infield fly rule is in effect. Alfonso's under it, puts it away behind the mound for out number 2, and that's a big out for Sid Fernandez. So now here's Ken Boyer. Boyer rounded out in the second. He's now 1 for 9 in the series. Cardinals have 1 in, but would certainly like to plate another. Or another 3. This is deep from Boyer. Going back on it, Mack. At the wall, it's out of here. Home run, Ken Boyer, a 3-run shot. And the Cardinals have extended their lead to 4-0. Fernandez tried to get it inside and was unable, and Ken Boyer, we talked his first time up about the fine season for the Cardinals' third baseman, and he jumped all over this one. Down but not in where Fernandez wanted it, and Boyer puts it out into the seats in left. It's 4-0 St. Louis. So that'll bring up Jim Edmonds. Curveball misses away. We said in the pregame the Cardinals' offense had been largely neutralized through the first 2, but keeping that up could be a chore. 1-1 the count here with 2 outs in the top of the third to Jim Edmonds. Fastball at the knees. The count goes to 1-2. Grote sets up inside. That one is popped up. Lindor shallow onto the grass. He's got it, puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals get an RBI single from Ozzie Smith and a 3-run homer from Ken Boyer here in the third. We head to the bottom half. Cardinals 4, Mets nothing. In steps Francisco Lindor. Lindor 1 for 4 so far in the series with a pair of RBIs. Did not play in game 1. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Cole Payton joins us. How are you, Cole? Yep, Cardinals just put up a 4 spot in the top of the third. An RBI single from Ozzie Smith and a 3-run homer from Ken Boyer. 0-2 the count as Pollitt works to Lindor. Fastball misses away. It's 1-2. So Pollitt's been staked to a 4-0 lead here. Let's see if he can hold that up. Curveball misses away. It's 2-2. Very disappointing year for Lindor during the regular season. Low average. I believe he had about 17 home runs, but the average was down in the 230s if I remember correctly. Again, I apologize. Once the postseason starts, it no longer shows their regular season stats in the in the stat placard there in the bottom right corner. It just gives you the postseason stats. Pollitt fans Lindor for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Here's Jerry Grote. Change up, misses inside. It's 1-0. Pollitt delivers. Change up there at the knees. It's 1-1. Grote started off this season as the odd man out for the Mets, and the Mets traded Ed Charles, and I admit I forget who the pitcher was, to the Astros to pick up Joe Ferguson. The Mets' plan was for Todd Hundley and Joe Ferguson to be a platoon behind the plate, which was going to render Jerry Grote as the third catcher. But Todd Hundley suffered a season-ending injury fairly early on in the season. Ferguson became the full-time catcher, and Grote was back with the big club as the backup. 2-2 the count. Grote turns this one. That's down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's going to be extra bases. Grote does not run well, and he's going to hold up. Great job by Brian Jordan to cut that ball off and hold Grote to a single. That looked like it had double all over it when he hit it, but Brian Jordan gets over there quickly, and Jordan with a very strong arm able to hold Grote at first. So now here's Lucas Duda. First pitch strike in there. Duda 1 for 8. Home run, 2 RBIs in the series. Batting in the 9 hole against the lefty. High fastball there. Duda fouls it off, and the count goes to 0-2. 23 homers during the regular season for Duda, the big country-strong first baseman. Fastball off the outside corner. Duda fouls it off to stay alive. Oh, 0-2 changeup misses down and in. The count goes to 1-2. That one at the knees rings him up. Down goes Duda. Nice fastball there from Pollitt. 4th strikeout for Pollitt. The order will turn over here for the Mets. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes grounded out his first time up. Grote on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Reyes slashes one to right. That's a base hit. Drew gets it. Grote's going to hold at second. Drew's throw offline, but still very wise of Grote to hold up there. So the Mets have 2 men on, 2 outs. Here's Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonso's 0 for 1. First pitch change up at the knees for strike 1. Alfonso, a very solid clutch bat. They would love to see him come through with a big hit here. 0-1 offering, and Alfonso lines it to right, but Drew is right there. Puts it away, and the side is retired. Alfonso hit it hard, but Drew had him played perfectly. We're a third of the way through at Shea. Game 3 of the NLDS. Cardinals lead it 4-0. So Fernandez will try to bounce back from the rough third. Again, the Cardinals got all 4 of their runs in the last inning. Stepping in will be Brian Jordan. Ray Langford plays left against righties. Brian Jordan gets the task against lefties. Change up, misses down and in. It's 1-0. Fernandez in the windup and delivers. Curveball served out into right. Strawberry tracking it into the gap. Carrying a bit, but well shy of the track. Strawberry tracks it down, and there's one away. That'll bring up Yadi Molina. Grounded out his first time up. He's still hitless in the series, 0 for 7. Curveball from Fernandez misses inside. Dwayne, you got any streams going on later on today? If so, let everyone know in the chat. Change up from Fernandez is in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Michael Silva, how are you, Mike? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. I had a little bit of time before all the football stuff started, so I figured I would try to get another playoff game in. My boys headed back to college today. I've got work later, so the one is going down to Loyola with a friend of his. The other one, my wife is driving back up to school. So I had a little bit of time before work and before I figured people would be tied up watching football to get this game in and get back to the FSBL postseason. With 2 down, here's Tommy Edman. Fouls off the first pitch. Edman doubled his first time up. Started off that 4-run third for St. Louis. Curveball from Fernandez misses inside. One and 1 the count. Another curveball misses inside. It's 2-1. Fernandez winds and fires. Curveball misses inside. J.D. Drew waits on deck for the Cardinals. Fastball misses down low for ball 4. So Edman has reached base twice. That's a 2-out walk. And in steps J.D. Drew. Drew flew out his first time up. He's 1 for 7 in the series. First pitch changeup in there for a called strike. Nice, Dwayne, nice. We'll look forward to that if you do it. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's 1-2. Admire the ambition of that project, man. Doing every World Series. That's going to be a lot of fun. Fastball over to first. Edman gets back in. Kickoff attempt. Pulls Duda off the bag. Fernandez delivers. Fastball down low. Drew lays off. Count goes to 2-2. There's the pitch. High fastball. Drew swings and misses, and the side is retired. So good bounce back inning from Fernandez after that rough third. But the Mets are still in the hole here. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals 4, Mets nothing. Here's Carlos Beltran. Beltran 0 for 1, popped out his first time up. Pollitt, for the most part, cruised through the first time through the order. And you see Beltran, 30 home runs on the season. If you remember, Beltran last year injured his knee in September. The Mets were without him in the postseason and were dispatched by the Giants in the NLDS. Beltran hits this one well, but Edmonds has it comfortably as he tracks it to the gap for the first out. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. 4 for 10 with a homer and 4 RBIs so far in the series. Breaking ball from Pollitt just inside. There you see the heavy shift for the Cardinals against the lefty swinging Strawberry. Pollitt delivers high fastball. Strawberry fouls it off. 1-1 the count. Pollitt delivers. Change up there. Strawberry fouls it off. Pollitt winds and fires. There's a shot. Strawberry goes the other way. Just foul. A little more than just foul. It actually sliced a bit more than I thought it was going to. But foul nonetheless. That's the important thing. Count stays at 1-2. High fastball. Strawberry fouls that one off. Pollitt looking for a put-away pitch here. Strawberry's not giving in. 1-2 offering, and that is deep to right field. And Strawberry put that one away, way out into the bullpen. Home run, Darryl Strawberry. The Mets are on the board. The crowd is alive at Shea, and the deficit has been cut to 4-1. Second homer of the season for Strawberry, who absolutely unloaded on that one. After fouling off, I believe it was 3 pitches. Strawberry gets one he likes, and he sends this one into orbit. Deep, deep drive. A no-doubter off the bat of Darryl Strawberry. StatCast calls it 4:48, and the Mets are on the board. Here's Howard Johnson. Fastball at the knees for strike one. Beatles Eternally has joined us. How are you, Beatles? Good to see you. So now we'll see if Pollitt can bounce back after the mammoth blast from Strawberry. Johnson hits it down to third, right at Boyer. Throws across, and there's 2 away. So that'll bring up Shane Mack for the Mets. Mack grounded out his first time up. Pollitt looks in and delivers. Fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Here's the 0-1 offering from Pollitt. Fastball, Mack fouls it off. So Pollitt's ahead of him 0-2. Pollitt's done a very good job of getting ahead hitters so far in this game. Fastball up and in, misses the mark. It's 1-2. Molina sets up away. Fastball swung on and missed. Down goes Mack, and down go the Mets in the fourth. But Darryl Strawberry's second home run of the series is deposited deep into the bullpen and right and gets the Mets on the board. We head to the top of the fifth. Game 3 of the NLDS. Cardinals lead it 4-1 as they try to stay alive. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith drove in the first run of the game with a single his last time up. The first run of that 4-run third inning for the Cardinals. First pitch fastball from Fernandez is on the corner for strike one. 007, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you, as always, for swinging by. Hoping I can get caught up on a few broadcasts from all you guys while I'm at work today, actually. shot down to third, diving stop. Johnson knocks it down, but he's not going to have a play. Smith just runs too well for that, and Ozzie Smith is on with an infield single to lead off the top of the fifth. So that'll bring up Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby's 1 for 2. Throw over to first. Smith dives back in. Fernandez deals. Fastball off the outside corner. Hornsby singled and then scored on the Boyer home run. Fernandez checks Ozzie and delivers. Big curveball misses inside. Mets have some bullpen action. George Mogeridge and R.A. Dickey throwing out there in the pen. Fernandez deals. That one's turned but foul by Hornsby. Little bit out in front of that changeup. 2-1 the count. There's the pitch. High fastball misses. It's 3-1. Johnny Mize swings in the on-deck circle. Three-one offering from Fernandez. Fastball misses up high for ball 4, and Hornsby draws the walk. So first and second, nobody out here in the top of the fifth, and the Mets are not going to wait. So Sid Fernandez is done. Here in the top of the fifth, a disappointing start for Fernandez. Gave up the 4 runs in the third, the big blow, the 3-run Ken Boyer homer. And now he's into trouble here to start the fifth. Here's George Mogeridge. Mogeridge 1-3, a 4.78 earned run average during the regular season. Mogeridge acquired by the Mets in the offseason with Shane Mack in the trade that sent Lenny Dykstra to Minnesota. Here's Johnny Mize. Mize is 0 for 2. Fastball at the knees. Mogeridge from the set. Delivers. Breaking ball. Mize grounded to short. This could be 2. Lindor to Alfonso on to Duda. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Big pitch there from Mogeridge. Smith moves up to third. But now there's 2 outs. And that will bring up Ken Boyer. Boyer, the last time up, deposited a Fernandez pitch into the seats and left for a 3-run homer that gave the Cardinals the 4-0 lead. First pitch there, that one's up in the zone, hit out to right. Strawberry got a bad read on it, it's carrying away from him, and it one hops off the wall. Ken Boyer pulls in at second with an RBI double to bring home Ozzie Smith. 4th RBI of the game for Boyer, and it's now 5-1 St. Louis. Strawberry got twisted around there. I'm not sure he gets to that ball anyway. But regardless, it's now a 5-1 Cardinals lead as Jim Edmonds steps in. Fastball off the plate, it's 1-0. Edmonds has popped out twice. .1-0 offering. Fastball is in there for a called strike. 30 homers for Edmonds during the regular season. Cardinals have taken the crowd at Shea largely out of this game. Fastball misses down low. Got the run back that was allowed in the bottom of the 4th on the Strawberry home run. 2-1 pitch, fastball up and in on the corner though. They say it got it. Count goes to 2-2. Mogridge gets the sign from Grote. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up high. Brian Jordan waits in the on-deck circle. You can see the shadows have now crept midway between the mound and home plate. Usually makes it difficult for a hitter. Fastball misses outside for ball 4. So Edmonds draws the walk, and the 5th inning keeps rolling on. 2 men on here for Brian Jordan. Jordan 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 2nd. Mogridge from the set. Takes a peek at the runners and delivers. Fastball. Call that one up high. It's ball 1. Mogridge delivers. That one's down in the dirt. Nice job by Grote to block that pitch. Runners will hold. 2-0 the count. Yadi Molina waits on deck for St. Louis. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-0. So Mogridge scuffling a bit here since coming in relief of Sid Fernandez. We'll see if Jordan has a green light. He probably does not. He takes it there at the knees for strike 1. Jordan seemed to think that ball was down low. He and the ump have a discussion about it, but the count stands at 3-1. Here's the pitch from Mogridge. That one is called down low. Fastball misses. It's ball 4. The bases are loaded for Yadier Molina. Molina is 0 for 2. He has flown out and grounded out. Mets sticking with Mogridge here. Again, I don't start handling subs until the 7th. Whatever the game does before that point, we let the game do it. Fastball misses. I'm sorry, caught the corner inside. It's 0-1. Curveball misses down low. No room at the end for Molina. Mogridge delivers. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-1. Gotta think that if Molina either gets a hit or draws a walk here, R.A. Dickey would come in for Mogridge. They were both warming up together. There's a pitch. Ground ball to second. Alfonso has it. He's got time. Throws Molina out. The side is retired. So it could have been worse. But the Cardinals do get a run. Mogridge strands the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 5th. We're midway through at Shea. Cardinals 5, Mets 1. We check in on the chat. Dwayne, a lot of quick hooks in the playoffs compared to the... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was really that quick a hook on Sid, only because the two guys got on to lead off the inning. I kind of think if they had gotten like 2 outs and then the 2 guys had gone on, it might have left him in. I do think that it does, on the whole, it does have a quicker hook in the postseason. I do agree with that, but I think that that was a situation where, because it started the inning, I found that it gets a little more aggressive if you start an inning badly, as opposed to if you get a couple outs and then get into a little trouble. It might let you try to fight your way through it. Line drive there from Lindor. That's a base hit in the center. So Francisco Lindor leads off the bottom of the 5th with a base hit. So the Mets will try to start scraping away at this 4-run deficit. They were down 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Darryl Strawberry went deep to make it 4-1, but the Cardinals answered with a run in the top of the 5th. Here's Jerry Grote. Grote 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. He's at the Ken Boyer show. Yeah, no joke. Again, I know Strawberry got twisted around on that ball, but I don't think he gets to it anyway. It was slicing away from him, and Boyer hit it really well. But 4 RBIs for Ken Boyer in this game have the Cardinals in a good position. Pollitt needs a shutdown inning, though. Brody skies this one out. Shallow center. Edmonds is coming on. It's a long run. He's going to have to play it on the hop. A little surprised Edmonds pulled up on that one. He looked like he was going to get there. And then he decided not to go aggressively for it, which is a little bit surprising for Jim Edmonds. It would have been a tough play, but he looked like he was going to get there. Instead, it's first and second. And now, here's Lucas Duda. Duda lines a shot. That's going to be extra bases down the right field line. Lindor's going to go around to score. Grody does not run well. He will probably be held at third here, and he will be. But it's an RBI double for Lucas Duda, and the Mets, trying to answer here in the bottom of the fifth, have cut it to 5-2. Duda with a lefty-lefty hit there. Again, Duda drops to the 9th spot in the order against lefties, but he comes through in that spot, and now here's Jose Reyes. First pitch, fastball in for a called strike. We'll wait and see if there's any bullpen action going for the Cardinals. Now that Pollitt has gotten himself into a bit of trouble here in the fifth, the Cardinals can't mess around with this game. And they know they've got Dizzy Dean, who will pitch on short rest in Game 4 if they win this one. Skied out to center from Reyes. Edman tracks it down out in shallow center. Good play by Tommy Edman for the first out. Good afternoon, Bernard. How are you, my friend? Thanks for checking in. Cardinals playing for their playoff lives here. Here's Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonzo is 0 for 2. Second and third, one out, bottom of the fifth. Cardinals lead it 5-2. First pitch, fastball off the outside corner. That one locks Alfonzo up. Good change up there from Pollard. It's 1-1. Nice change up there again from Pollard. Gets Alfonzo swinging over it. 1-2. This is a big at bat for Pollard. Carlos Beltran is on deck. Fastball misses down and in. Pollard trying to pull it together. Tying run at the plate. Alfonzo, ground ball through the hole. No, Edman dives, knocks it down, probably saves a run. But a run does come home to score. It's an infield single for Edgardo Alfonzo, and it's now 5-3. Alfonzo tried to slap it the other way. Edman got there to knock it down. Runners at the corners, one out. Here's Carlos Beltran. Chopper to third. Boyer goes to second for one. On to first. That's a tough turn. Edman makes it as close as can be expected. The run comes home. They get the force at second. It's now 5-4, and now there are two outs. Tough on a chopper, but I feel like Boyer might have been able to come home and get Duda there. Duda was going on contact, which was a bit surprising given that Lucas Duda is a snail going uphill in terms of speed. But we're going to take a look at that. Just to kind of get a look at where Duda is when Boyer fields this ball. Again, it's a chopper. It's a tough play, but it also makes it very tough to try to turn two. So there you see Boyer's got it. I mean, he's got time there to try to gun Duda down. He's going towards the line. It's a tough throw home to try to make that play, but that might have been the better option rather than trying to go for two. Terrific turn by Edman to do the best he could with it. He made that close at first, but Beltran was clearly safe. So the Mets have now cut it to 5-4. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry homered his last time up. Fastball misses off the outside corner. It's 1-0. Fastball there on the outside corner. So these Mets not giving up in this one. They know what's ahead of them. They do not want to face Dean again. And even though they got to Bob Gibson in Game 2, the Mets certainly don't want to let this go 5 and face Gibson again, even if it would be on short rest. The Mets want to get this job done today. They, of course, have their own ace in the hole with Tom Seaver, who they could bring back on short rest if so inclined. Strawberry hits this one deep to right. He might have done it again. It's at the wall. Drew is there on the track and puts it away. Strawberry did not miss that one by much. Almost gets his second homer of the game, but J.D. Drew reels it in. But the Mets strike for 3. We're done with 5 here at Shea. We head to the 6th. It's 5-4 St. Louis. Here's Tommy Edman. Mogridge surprisingly starting the 6th here. Rick Reed, the right-hander, Al Leiter, the lefty, throwing in the bullpen for the Mets. Mogridge from the set. Yanked, just foul outside third. Hojo dives to try to snag the liner, is unable to, but it lands foul. Edman has reached twice. He's doubled and drawn a walk. Curveball misses down low. It's 2-1. Hey, Christopher, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for checking in. Curveball there, ground ball to short. Lindor on the backhand, gets rid of it quickly. And Edman is retired for the first out here in the top of the 6th. So the Cardinals lead this game, but it kind of feels like the Mets have taken momentum. Cardinals would like to try to put a squash on that here in this 6th inning. Here's J.D. Drew. Drew is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Curveball misses inside. It's 1-0. I appreciate that, Chris. It's my pleasure, man. This is rekindling the old broadcasting passion of mine. So I love doing this. And certainly having you guys in the chat makes it that much better. 1-0 pitch to Drew. Fly ball to left. Mac, couple steps. Puts it away for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 6th as Mogridge tries to bounce back after a rough. He got out of it, but rough top of the 5th for him. Here's Ozzie Smith, 2 for 3, a pair of singles for the Wizard, an RBI and a pair of runs scored. Mogridge delivers, first pitch swinging on the curveball, it's strike 1. That curveball misses inside. 1-1 is the count. Gary Sorrell, how are you, Gary? Good to see you, my friend. Smith turns this one around, lines it into left. Mack will have to play it on the hop. It's a 2-out single for Ozzie Smith here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, number 0.
A good piece of hitting by Smith, who has his 3rd hit of the game, and now here's Rogers Hornsby. I know Mize is on deck, but I kind of would have been inclined to bring Rick Reed or R.A. Dickey, who have both warmed up before, in to face Hornsby here. There's something about this matchup in this spot I don't love if I'm the Mets. Fastball misses inside. It's 1-0. Hornsby 1 for 2, single and a run scored. Fastball there at the knees, it's 1-1. Hornsby 309 during the regular season. 1-1 the count as Mogridge works to him. Fastball misses down low. It's 2-1. A little surprised the Cardinals haven't sent Ozzie here. I know Mogridge versus Johnny Mize, who's on deck, is a lefty-lefty matchup, and Mize is 0 for 3 today. But I'm still putting my money on Johnny Mize versus George Mogridge. You're not going to be afraid. Johnny Mize will not be afraid of facing George Mogridge, I promise you that. 2-1 pitch, fastball on the inside corner. Count goes to 2-2. There you see Mize swinging in the on-deck circle. Crowd hoping for the K here. 2-2 offering. High fastball misses. It's 3-2. Full count offering, 2 outs. Smith will be off on the pitch. Here it comes. Slap back up the middle, not hit hard. Alfonso on the backhand. Nice play by Edgardo Alfonso. Throws out Hornsby. And the side is retired. So the Cardinals are turned aside. The stupid uniform glitch rears its ugly head. But we head to the bottom of the 6th. Johnson, Mack, and Lindor due up for the Mets. They trail it 5-4. Howie Pollitt will stay in to start the 6th. After a dicey 5th inning, here's Howard Johnson. The Cardinals' problem is their bullpen has been terrible in this series. Change up for Hojo, fouled off. So the Cardinals kind of have to be wondering where they can turn. So they're going to try to let their 20-game winner get them through this 6th, and then piece it together as it comes. 1-1, the count to Johnson, who's 0 for 2 on the day. There's a shot down to first. Mize on the backhand, flips to Pollitt, covering. And Johnson's retired for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, Shane Mack.
So in comes Shane Mack. Mack is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. Pollitt into the windup. Curveball misses away. 1-0 the count. Change up, swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1. Weekly hit down to third. Boyer charges. Barehanded play, nicely done by Ken Boyer. He probably had time to glove that and throw it, but still, a nifty play by Ken Boyer, who has done everything right in this ballgame. He's got 4 RBIs, a homer, and now a nice play in the field. 2 down, here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor is 1 for 2, single and a run scored. Ground ball up the middle. Smith ranges to his left. He's got it behind the bag. Long throw. That's a tough play, and Ozzie gets him. Oh, what a play by Ozzie Smith. Lindor gets down the line pretty well. But Ozzie Smith up to the task, earning the Wizard moniker. Beautifully done by Ozzie. We head to the top of the 7th. We're 2/3 of the way through. Here's Johnny Mize, who will step in. George Mogridge will start the 7th. Actually, all right, so now it's the 7th. So now I start intervening in stuff a bit from the 7th on. I got to see. Because if Leiter is ready, yeah. He's not going to face Mogridge. He's going to face Al Leiter. Leiter's going to come into this game. I think you've kind of pushed Mogridge. He's dealt with some trouble but gotten his way through it. But I think you're kind of tempting the fates there. So Al Leiter is going to come into this game for the Mets to relieve George Mogridge. Leiter, during the year, 3.76 ERA. He had gotten a call-up when Noah Syndergaard got hurt and had taken the starts from Syndergaard. No need for a pinch hitter at all here because we're getting into the heart of the Cardinals' order. So now it'll be Leiter to try to keep this game where it stands. We're going to take a very quick look, however, at that Ozzie Smith play, because that was a beauty. There you see the Wizard up behind second. Didn't even have to whirl and throw. And he definitely got him. That's a beauty. Beauty from Smith. Not even that close. That's just well done by Ozzie. So now here's Leiter to face Mize to open up the seventh. Still 5-4 St. Louis. They led this game 5-1 at one point. The Mets have tried to scrape their way back. Oh, 1 offering from Leiter to Mize. Fastball swung on and missed. Leiter's ahead of him 0-2. So now he's got some room to work to try to stretch Mize out a bit. Shakes off Grody. Now delivers. High fastball. Mize fouls it back. Grody wants it away. Leiter goes away with the curveball, but Mize lays off. It's 1-2. Fastball there, and Mize out through past Duda into right field for a base hit. Range not Duda's strong suit down there at first, and Mize puts that one past him, a somewhat softly hit liner. But that ball had some eyes, as Ernie Harwell would say, and Mize is on with the base hit. So here's Ken Boyer back in the third. Boyer did this to Sid Fernandez. Deep drive out into the picnic seats and left. Slider misses down and away. Changeup misses down low. It's 2-0. Leiter can face some control issues from time to time. There's a pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Nice change up there from Leiter. Locks him up, and the count goes to 2-2. Fastball inside ties him up. Good job by Leiter. Sets Boyer down, and there's one away here in the top of the seventh. We're going to take a moment here. Got to check out the Cardinals pitching, because they need to get some bullpen just in case they decide to change off of Pollock. They don't even have anybody warming up, and I don't understand how that's really possible. Sorry about that. All right, so 1 out, man on first. Cardinals have gotten some bullpen action going as well. They can't afford to mess around with this game. Al Hrabosky, the lefty, Lindy McDaniel, the righty, throwing for the Cardinals. Leiter works to Edmonds. It's 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner. The count goes to 1-1. There's a shot. Goes the other way. Ranging over his Mac. He's near the line. He's got a play on it. He puts it away for the second out. Mize will retreat to first. Mize stretching it out, hoping for a little bit more speed than he's been given by birth. Here's Brian Jordan. Jordan 1 for 2. He's singled in the second. Actually, could get Leiter out here, but we're going to let Leiter finish this inning, I think. Fly ball to right. We'll see if that proves to be a bad move. Strawberry ranges back on the track, but looks like he had it all the way and pulls it in. So it's 7th inning stretch time at Shea. Cardinals still lead it 5-4. Leiter gets the job done in the top half. Bottom of the Mets order due up here in the bottom of the 7th. All right, so now we've got to think a little bit. Pollitt's at 83 pitches. He's shown signs of struggling, but he's facing the bottom of the order. From a Cardinals perspective, you've got Hrabosky and McDaniel warm, but in an ideal situation, you'd get through this 7th because the rest of the bullpen has been so bad. Use Hrabosky and McDaniel to get you through the 8th, and then go to your closer, Taylor, who honestly hasn't been great during the regular season, and then go to him in the 9th. Is probably the way this would play out. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Pollitt start the inning, I think. And if he lets up a base runner, then we're going to get him out of there. But I think if you're the Cardinals in this spot, you're trying to use as few guys in the bullpen who've been question marks as is possible. So you're going to ride Pollitt for the moment.
Number 17.
Here's Jerry Grody. Grody is 2 for 2. First pitch from Pollitt is fouled off. Ground ball to third. Boyer has it. Throws to first, and down goes Grody for the first out. Thought about pinch hitting Joe Ferguson there, but Grody had 2 hits on the day. Usually I won't pinch hit for somebody in that situation. Here's Lucas Duda. Again, it is lefty-lefty, but Duda ripped a double his last time up. So we're going to let Duda stay in and hit as well. First pitch, curveball, misses down and away. Duda, of course, is a long ball threat. High fly ball, shallow right. Drew ranges over, puts it away for the second out. So Pollitt's retired the first 2 to face him here in the bottom of the 7th. Which is exactly what the Cardinals were hoping for. And now here's Jose Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 3. He's singled back in the 3rd. Cardinals really hoping Pollitt can get them through this inning. First pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. There's a slapper the other way. Fouled off. Doesn't quite make it into the seats. Ball boy will have to deal with giving the fans a souvenir. 0-2 pitch from Pollitt to Reyes. Down in the dirt. Reyes swings at a pitch near the dirt. Tough play for Edman. Barehanded throws, and he's not going to get him. So Reyes swings at a pitch that was down in the dirt. Nubs it. Edman did everything he could, but Jose Reyes gets down the line so well. Barely beats it. And now the Mets have the tying run on Last year's stolen base leader in the National League is second in the league this year. Bill Lang, if I remember correctly, ends up leading the league. So the game down the sides, Howie Pollard is done with the base runner, which is in sync with what I was thinking anyway. So now, all right, so wait a minute. Let me get to this. If the game, maybe I can beat the game to it. I'm not sure it's going to let me do that. So let me see. So now Reyes is on Alfonso. So it should logically bring in Lindy McDaniel here. Because if it decides to go to Hrabosky, I can override that. And I can take Hrabosky out, and he won't have to do the 3-batter thing as long as he hasn't thrown a pitch yet. But I would lose him for the rest of the game. So I don't really want to do that. So hopefully it's going to decide to go to McDaniel. I was hoping I could kind of jump it. All right, well, that we're not going to let happen. I have no problem removing Trevor Rosenthal. We're not going to let Rosenthal. Oh, well, Rosenthal's thrown. But Rosenthal let up some base runners. I don't want Trevor Rosenthal in this spot, I don't think. So Rosenthal is going to bite the dust. Lindy McDaniel is going to be the guy to come in here and face Alfonso.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for St. Louis.
McDaniel actually was not quite as good as I thought he was during the season, but still, he's in that setup role, and this is a spot that you're going to use that guy. And Rosenthal wasn't good during the season either. So we're going to opt for Lindy McDaniel here to try to get them through the 7th. Then you're going to turn to Hrabosky for the 8th. And then go to your closer for the 9th. Runner goes. Good throw by Molina, but not in time. And now Jose Reyes is on second as the tying run. Great jump there from Reyes. There is nothing Molina could do about that. Carlos Beltran waits on deck. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-1. You see Al Hrabosky still throwing out in the pen. Plan would be having Hrabosky, ideally, come on for the 8th, turn Beltran around to the right side, and face Strawberry as well, and force Howard Johnson to his weaker right side. But if McDaniel loses Alfonso, that starts to throw that plan a bit out of whack. 3-1, the count to Alfonso. McDaniel set. There's the pitch. Alfonso fouls it off. Base hit would tie this game. Full count, 2 outs. Jose Reyes on second. McDaniel delivers. Hot shot, low liner, but Boyer has it, and the side is retired. The Mets are turned aside. So McDaniel probably didn't draw it up, having Alfonso hit a hard liner, but Boyer was right there. The Mets get turned aside. Reyes gets stranded on second. We head to the top of the 8th. Cardinals still hold a 5-4 lead. Rick Reed is going to come in for the Mets. We're going to let that stand. That's the move I would have made anyway. Here's Yadi Molina. Molina is 0 for 3. He's 0 for 9 in the series. And I think we may contemplate hitting for Yadi here. Let's see. Check out what the St. Louis bench is. You've got Walker Cooper who can go in. But you've got Ray Langford. You've got Ripper Collins. You've got a couple of good lefty bats who you can use here. You even got Jim Bottomley too, so you've got some good options. You know what, Ripper Collins I feel like has just really been such a good performer in this league. I think Collins is the guy we're going to go with here. So we're going to pinch hit for Yadi. Don't love taking Yadi's defense out, but at this point, you've got the lead. But it's a 1-run game. I think you're feeling like you need an insurance run here. So Ripper Collins will hit for Yadier Molina. First pitch fastball from Reed is in for a called strike. Crowd here at Shea, exhorting Rick Reed. Collins hits this one well out to right center. That's carrying. It's going to find the gap. Beltran retrieves it, but Ripper Collins has a pinch hit double to lead off the top of the 8th, and the Cardinals have a man in scoring position. So the pinch hit ploy works. Collins is on. That ball had some hang time, but dropped into just the perfect spot. So Ripper Collins comes through to start off the top of the 8th. And now here's Tommy Edman. Edman will move around to the left side. 1 for 2 on the day. He's also walked. That pitch down in the dirt. Brody fires down to second for no real apparent reason. So Ripper Collins greets Rick Reed rudely with a double into the gap. Edman, weak line drive, Alfonso snags it. Collins gets back to second, and there's one away. Now here's J.D. Drew. Drew is 0 for 3. He flew out back in the 6th. Fly ball out to left. Shane Mack is there, puts it away, and Collins will hold at second. So that will turn the order over for Ozzie Smith. Smith, 3 for 4, 3 singles on the day. He was hitless in the first 2 games. He's made up for that a bit today. Also a fine defensive play in the last inning. First pitch from Reed misses up high. High shot. And Smith dunks it out in the center. It's a base hit. Collins comes around third. There's not going to be a play at the plate. It's an RBI single for Ozzie Smith on his 4th base hit of the game. And the Cardinals have the insurance run they desperately wanted. It's now 6-4. Ozzie Smith doing it at the plate and in the field. Now here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 3. Curveball misses down low. It's 1-0. So it has not gone well for Reed here. Fastball at the knees. Feliciano and Lockwood throwing in the Mets bullpen. I would think you will see Feliciano face Mize if Hornsby reaches here. Change up on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Fastball misses up high. Something that I have forgotten that I can do. I want to get to the manager part of this. I can say schedule to put into the game so it doesn't go put somebody who I don't want in the game and burn through them. So now we've scheduled Al Hrabosky to come into the game when the bottom of the 8th happens. I always forget that I can do that, but it's actually a really handy tool. So 2-2 the count to Hornsby. Reed trying to get out without any further damage. High fastball misses. It's 3-2. There you see Johnny Mize waits on deck. Runner will be off. Here's the pitch. Misses down low, ball 4. So Hornsby draws another walk, his second of the game. And now it's 1st and 2nd with 2 outs for Johnny Mize. And he will not face Rick Reed. the mound visit. Trying to buy a little more time for Pedro Feliciano. I'm all right. I don't think that's who I don't think they want Jose Feliciano pitching. He can sing the anthem, though.
Your attention, please.
So here's Pedro Feliciano. Feliciano, not anywhere near as good a season this year as he had a year ago. 1-1, a 5.28 earned run average. Huge at bat here against Johnny Mize. Mize 1 for 4 on the day. Change up is fouled off. Oh, that one's up high and it hit him. Feliciano hits Mize to load the bases. And now the lefty Feliciano has to stay in to face Ken Boyer, who has already driven in 4 runs on the day, including a 3-run homer. Hello, Doug. How are you? Yeah, Chris, I totally forget about that thing. I totally forget about that, but it will help me in these situations when I'm doing these late game kind of machinations. If I can remember it in advance to do it between innings, it will certainly help minimize kind of the wasting a guy thing like happened with Rosenthal. I mean, if this game goes extras, it would have been nice to have Rosenthal there. But just in that spot, I felt like McDaniel was the guy who should come in. 2-0 to Boyer. Fastball in for a called strike. Two-one pitch. Curveball is in for a called strike. It's 2-2. Two-two offering. In there for a called strike 3. Feliciano fans Boyer to end the 8th. But Ozzie Smith comes through with the big RBI single, his 4th hit of the day, and the Cardinals now have the insurance run. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 6, Mets 4, Game 3 of the NLDS.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
So Walker Cooper will come in to catch.
Now catching, number 21, Walker Cooper.
And now here's Carlos Beltran. Almost asleep at the wheel there. Wait a minute, now I said scheduled to put him in. Why didn't it put him in? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, well. That feature works great if it works. I guess what happens is, and that's annoying, is once I put it back to computer control, it undoes it. That's probably what happens there. So that overrides it. Alright, well, it was good in theory. So, but still, Hrabosky, again, all 3 of these guys worse against lefties. So, see, that's a game thing. I think the game AI is kind of overly criticized a bit, and I've had this conversation before where I'm like, people got to remember, every time the game makes a decision that you don't agree with, people are like, oh, the AI stinks, the AI stinks, the AI is unrealistic or whatever. But think of how many times we criticize real managerial decisions, and we say, oh, that's the wrong move, that's the wrong move. So, like, if you never questioned what the game did, like, that would be unrealistic. To a degree. Not that the AI is perfect. I don't mean it like that. But I just mean I think sometimes people get a little bit kind of crazy about, criticizing the AI. But anyway, we won't turn that into a rant. It's just an observation. So Al Hrabosky will come in. Hrabosky worked 2/3 of an inning. If I remember right, that was in Game 1. They've got their closer, Chuck Taylor, throwing. But Hrabosky now will be tasked with getting them through the 8th. Appreciate everyone joining me here on this Sunday. Again, tried to slip it in a little bit ahead of football. I know it's still overlapping a little bit. But had some time. Hadn't done many broadcasts the past few days. My kids home in the holidays and all that kind of stuff. So I want to get back into the thick of things with the FSBL postseason. If you're watching, first, thank you. If you haven't subscribed as of yet, I hope you will consider doing so. If you haven't banged that like button, I would appreciate that as well. 2-0 as Hrabosky works to Beltran. 0 for 3 on the day. Fastball in there for a called strike. Beltran slices this one to right. Drew giving it a chase. It keeps slicing away from him, and he can't get there. It's foul. So no harm, no foul in a way. You can see the wind is pushing everything out and to right. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Drew gave that ball a good chase. 2-2 offering from Hrabosky. Swung on and missed. He got him with the forkball. Good job there. Hrabosky fans Beltran to open up the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, right fielder, Strawberry.
So if the Cardinals win this game, you have to think that given the option of starting Ted Breitenstein, who was not anywhere near as good this year as he was a year ago, as Strawberry grounds this into the shift to Edman for the second out. Given the option of starting Breitenstein or bringing Dizzy Dean back on 3 days rest, the Cardinals will opt to bring Dizzy Dean back. The question sitting with the Mets is, do you start David Cone and hold Tom Seaver back, or do you start Seaver on short rest for Game 4? Again, the Mets still have the hammer, so they would still be up 2-1 in the series. Think about saving Seaver, who could then go in Game 5 on full rest. And if the Mets win, then he would be primed to start the opening game of the NLCS. I kind of think the Dizzy Dean call for the Cardinals is a no-brainer. The Mets situation a little bit more complicated. 1-2 count. Hojo chases one in the dirt. It gets by Cooper, but not far. He throws down to first, and the side is retired. So a terrific job by Al Hrabosky out of the bullpen for the Cardinals. We head to the top of the 9th, Game 3 of the NLDS. Cardinals lead it 6-4. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds is 0 for 3. Flew out in the 5th. Feliciano will stay in to face Jim Edmonds. Curveball misses down and away. Edmonds lashes this one to left. That gets down for a base hit. So it's an opposite field single from Jim Edmonds to open up the top of the 9th for the Cardinals. In steps Brian Jordan. Oh, wow. Feliciano already started that. All right. Well, that's not ideal, but line shot to second, but Alfonso has it for the first out. Jordan hit that ball hard. Skip Lockwood is throwing out in the pen. Let's go check things out here, the machinations. Cooper is much better against righties. Walker Cooper had reverse splits. Tommy Edman is worse against righties too. All right, that's fair. They are going to warm. We're going to let the Mets stretch Orozco out here, just in case if this gets all the way down to Drew. That means things have gone pretty badly here in this inning for the Mets. But you do want to have a lefty there ready to face him. So, but Feliciano will face Cooper, and then we'll go from there. So Walker Cooper in the game. Oh, I got to get that elbow guard for Walker Cooper. That's terrible. Popped up to first. Duda's there, puts it away for the second out. Make a note to myself to get that elbow guard off of Walker Cooper once the game is over. So 2 down, man on first. Here's Tommy Edman. Decide to leave Feliciano in here. 0-1 the count. Edman fly ball to right. Strawberry's there. Puts it away and the side is retired. So we head to the bottom of the ninth at Shea. The Mets hoping to complete a comeback. Oh, that uniform glitch. I love it so. Mac, Lindor, and Grote due up for the Mets. Do not think that's who we'll actually see. Here's the closer, Chuck Taylor. 42 saves and 47 opportunities during the season, and even 3 ERA in 49 appearances. Taylor slated to face the bottom of the order after a terrific job by Herboski in the 8th. So for the Mets, let's see. Shane Mack has kind of looked terrible at the plate today. Mets don't, well, they have Cabrera. The Mets bench really is not good, particularly from the left-hand side. You really just want a base runner at this point now that it's a 2-run game. And Dave Magadan is going to hit for Shane Mack here. So Magadan, 1 for 4 in the playoffs with an RBI. He got the game 1 start. He will now face Chuck Taylor to open up the bottom of the ninth. First pitch swing, lines it to left, hits it hard, but right at Jordan. For the first out, there's 1 away. I would be inclined to agree with you, Dwayne. That's probably what I would do. I got to double check Cohn's stats on the year, but that's how I kind of think I would play it. So here's Francisco Lindor, 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Fastball in there for a called strike. Again, I think it's a no-brainer for the Cardinals that you bring Dean back, who was your best pitcher on the year. You can't afford to lose one. So I think Dean comes back on 3 days rest, even though he wasn't great in his first appearance. Lindor, focus on this game first, singles into right. So the second hit of the day for Lindor. And the Mets will get the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the ninth. Good job by Lindor there. Jerry Grote is not going to hit in this spot. I know he's 2 for 3. You're not going to need to pinch hit for Duda because you're facing a right-hander, so you want Duda up. So now, if you're the Mets, so your options here, you could just not burn through an extra guy and have Joe Ferguson hit for him. Ferguson's got 3. Ferguson had a really good season, even though his ratings aren't great. But again, you're not going to make this decision based on seeing ratings. You could base it on, based on what the guy's actual stats were. You've got Cabrera. It's a 71. I don't know. The more I'm looking at their bench is just really weak. Grote's got 2 hits on the day. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that maybe I'll let Grote hit. But we're actually going to go with Angel Pagan here. He's got some wheels. If he gets on, he can stay out of the double play for you. So we're going to go to Pagan for Grote. Because if you bring in Ferguson, you're not going to want Ferguson clogging up the base paths anyway, and you don't have another catcher. Pagan would give you speed as the potential tying run.
Number 16, Angel Pagan.
All right, so Angel Pagan comes in, 1 out, Lindor on first. The potential tying run. Pagan slashes one down to third. Boyer dives, knocks it down. He's not going to have a play. Ken Boyer just saved a double down the third baseline, but is unable to hold on to make the play. So now the Mets have 2 men on, with some speed on the base paths with Lindor and Pagan. Pagan's the tying run. Here comes Lucas Duda. Duda is a power threat. He will strike out, and if he puts it on the ground, it's almost a guaranteed double play. But if he hits it far, this series is over. First pitch fouled back. Duda's 1 for 3, a double and an RBI with a run scored. Taylor looks in. There's the pitch. Low fastball fouled off. It's 0-2. Jose Reyes waits in the on-deck circle. Oh, 2 pitch to Duda. Breaking ball. Just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Crowd here at Shea. Back into it. There's the pitch. Ties him up. Beautiful change up from Taylor. That one rode in on Duda. Swings and misses. And Taylor's 1 out away from extending the Cardinals season at least for a day. Ugly hack there by Duda. Nice pitch from Taylor. Not out of the woods yet, though. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes 2 for 4 on the day. Takes a change up, down and in. Everyone at Shea is on their feet. 6-4 Cardinals here in Game 3. Reyes pops it up. Hooking towards the seats. It's going to get out of play. Nobody has a play on it. It's 1-1. Taylor from the set. Here's the pitch. Reyes pops it up. Johnny Mize calls everybody off. He's under it, puts it away. The ball game is over, and the Cardinals extend the series to a Game 4 where they will send Dizzy Dean to the mound. 6-4 victory for St. Louis, and the Mets are unable to close it out in their first opportunity. Taylor gets the job done in relief. Al Hrabosky, a great job in the 8th. Lindy McDaniel, strong work in the 7th in relief of Howie Pollitt. Pollitt gets the win. He goes 6 2/3, scatters 8 hits, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts. Sid Fernandez was knocked out. In the 5th, he allowed 4 runs in the 3rd. Ken Boyer drove in 4 on the day. Fernandez takes the loss. Pollitt the winner. Taylor the save. Cardinals 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Mets 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And we will be back at Shea for a Game 4. So, both National League series were 2-0. The road teams won the first 2 games. I shouldn't say that. The Giants were at home. But the Mets won the first 2. The Giants won the first 2. But now the Cardinals and the Expos have extended them to Game 4s. In the American League, both of those series are tied at 1-1. Next broadcast on the channel will be Game 3 of the ALDS between the Red Sox and the A's. Pivotal Game 3 in that one. Greatly appreciate you guys all joining me. Again, Dwayne, I kind of agree with you there. I'll check what Cohn's number is. Actually, give me a second. We'll back out of this now that this one is done. Look at that. Ken Boyer, that's a hell of a day for him. Ozzie Smith, too. 4 hits for Ozzie. A very Darryl Strawberry-esque home run. Punctuates things for the Mets. All right, so let's go check out what Cohn's season stats were before we commit to that. But I am inclined to agree with what you said there, Dwayne. I think you hold Seaver. You'd have him on full rest for Game 5 anyway. And if you win the Game 4, now you've got him perfectly primed up to start Game 1 of the ALCS. So let's check out. Forgive my horrible laptop beeping in the background there for some weird reason. So Cone during the season, 11-9, 4.36. So he was not anywhere near as good as he was last year. But I still think that's good enough to let Cone take the start against Dean. And then if it goes 5, you'll bring Seaver back and the Cardinals will go against Gibson. Again, we'll check out the Cardinals real quick. But I thought Breitenstein didn't really have... Oh, wow, they left. Breitenstein was so bad. Breitenstein got left off the postseason roster. So it would be Max Lanier, actually. Lanier, 10-13, 4.26. Yeah, you're going Dizzy Dean in that spot. I know Dean wasn't great in his first outing, but Dean's regular season, 20-6, 2.66, led the National League in strikeouts. Dizzy Dean is coming back on 3 days rest. Played with your season on the line. You're not messing around there. Dizzy Dean's getting that start. So, all right, so Dean and Cone for Game 4 in this series. But before we get to that, it's going to be, let me see, we're through that. All right, so sim through the date. So on the 9th, technically, all right, well, I guess we do it by time-wise. All right, so the next game would actually be Yankees and Cleveland. Tentatively, Chesbro and Uhl. I'm not sure about that. Oakland and Boston, Catfish Hunter, Pedro Martinez. That's going to be huge. I'm going to do the AL games first. So actually, the way the time works out, we'll do the Yankee game first. So it'll be Yankees-Indians as the next broadcast, then Oakland-Boston, and then we'll do the National League games after that. Depending on when work finishes tonight, I may do that New York-Cleveland game late tonight. Please don't anybody adjust any kind of plan that you may have for what you're streaming or whatever. A football Sunday at work can be a bit hectic. So, do whatever you guys do. And if I end up having time to stream, then people can go, and, if you're tied up in somebody else's stream, watch mine after the fact. That's totally fine. So, again, I don't want to commit to it, and I don't want to go throw off any plans anybody else might have. But that is my plan for the channel. Until next time, guys, huge thank you. Dwayne Martz, Doug Hunt, Bernard Strom in the house, 007. Christopher C. Always good to see you, Chris. Gary Sorrell, Cole Payton, Beatles eternally in the house as well. Big Clue was on earlier on, as was our good friend Michael Silva. So a good crowd here for a Sunday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, gents. Thanks for joining me here. Be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The Cardinals stay alive with the win at Shea.